Good morning. We're back with another update on the semen retention journey. Still going. Still no porn. Still no fap. Still retaining. Today I want to speak about this whole semen retention thing, and because I see that like I said on the previous videos, I've my sexual desire is just diminished to the point to where it's it's almost non-existent. And it is because of the work that I've been putting in, self-observing myself, and what I've come to realize about sex, and the way I used to see women, and the way I used to be bound by the spirit of lust. And speaking for myself and from my experience, what's made it easy for me to not go back to it is that I've been working on getting rid of all these false identities. It's interesting because yesterday I went to church with my girls. They have like a little summer camp for the kids, and they were talking about, they had on the stage, they had like boxes with stuff written on it. Some said anxiety, some said fear, depression, and all those things. And as the young lady was talking about those things, I realized how lost the church is. And it's not their fault. I mean, I went in there yesterday with my daughters, and I'm not going to mention the church. I'm not going to mention what church we go to or whatever. And if somebody sees this video and they know who I am, they'll probably know what church I go to. But the point I want to make is, I was sitting there with my daughters. You know, my little one, she wanted me to be there with her. I was like, all right, I'll go with you, and I'll stay in there. And it's hard. I understand now. I understand why it's so hard to or why it is so easy for the spirit of lust to take over people. I was sitting there, and I just seen all these beautiful women in there. I mean, they are beautiful young ladies. But my thing is, the pants are so tight. The shorts are so tight. You can see their private parts. How it shows with their pants on and everything. And it's like, wait a second. This is a church. There should be some decency. And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the pastor of the church. Those women walking around with those tight pants and the clothes that they wear, it's like, come on, you just want men to be sexually checking you out, because there's no reason for you to have pants that tight. And it's not just one or two, it's most of them. And I'm not trying to come off as judgmental. I'm just saying what's obvious. It's not me making it up and judging them for, oh, they dress like that one. No, I see it all the time. When I used to attend to that church, I used to see it all the time. All the time. Women go in there and they're too focused on their appearance, on how they look and how their body is, and it's all ego. It's all just ego to the max. And I was just sitting there and I was like, how can a man not be lustful? How can a man not be thinking about sex when everywhere he looks, these women are dressing the way they are? And yeah, some might say, yeah, you should have self-restraint and you should have this. Yeah, you should. But the way that they're dressing is not helping at all. And if you tell them that, you're a bigot, you're a heretic, you don't know what you're saying, and it's like, now I understand why it's so important for women to cover themselves up and not show their body unless it's like to their husband. Because sitting there, I was just like, man, this is crazy. And before, I didn't think like that. I would just sit there and enjoy it. I just sit before I started overcoming and before I started working on myself, I would just sit there and slobber all over, like, oh, she looks good, or she, I would sexualize them. But now I sat there yesterday and I just saw things for what they were, and it's like, it's just crazy to see how they're not even conscious about it. And if they are, it's a mess. But I understand. I understand. Everybody's in their head. Everybody's in the rat race. And Johnny Depp has a quote. He said, everybody will love to be themselves, but they must follow the person that's in front of them. And if that's the life you want to live, I wish you the best. I'll be on the other side somewhere. And that is so true. That's what you got to do. I find myself now that I'm not even hanging out with people. I don't even want to go out with people. I don't want to be in groups of people. I don't want to, even the friends that I have, it's all vanity, because you hang out with these people and it's like everybody's bringing each other down. All they talk is about other people. All they talk about is other people. And if those people come in while they're there, they put on this mask and change the conversation and pretend that they weren't talking about this person like 5 minutes ago. Like, it's just so hypocritical. And it's because I see the hypocrisy in me, and it's because I've seen myself in those circles following along. And I had to check myself and be like, wait a second, why am I talking about this person? That has nothing to do with me at all, whatsoever. And yet here I am engaging in conversations about other people. So this path, not just this path of semen retention, but this path of seeking the kingdom first, seeking God's will first, it's a lonely path, but you're not alone. It's lonely in the sense of you have to separate yourself from the hypocrisy. And I just see it for what it is. Everybody's in their head. Everybody's in a rush. Everybody's trying to accomplish their goals and their stuff in life. And it's like, seek the kingdom first. Seek the kingdom first, and everything else shall be added. But we're too stubborn, and we're too naive, and we get deceived really easy. And it's just interesting to see. It's just interesting to see. But back to the retain. I'm still retaining. Still no porn. Still no. One thing I do want to say is, I did consume cannabis a couple days ago, and even that, even the cannabis, which is something that I used to, or this thing that was driving me, used to love and enjoy, and even that, I did it a few days ago, and I felt like crap after so long without doing it. I did it, and I felt like crap. Like I'm barely today starting to feel better, in the sense of getting my energy back and coming back to myself. But even that was was like, yeah, you don't need this. And that's what I realized. The more I watch myself, and the more I observe myself, and the more I watch those thoughts, the more I realize I don't need none of this. Excuse me. I don't need none of this external stuff. I don't need the weed. I don't need the porn. I don't need the lustful desires. All that stuff, it's gone. I can certainly say it's gone. And I'm very thankful for it. I thank God that it's gone. I thank God that He has delivered me from it. And you just start noticing that you don't need these external things to keep you happy or to keep you at peace. The only thing you need is the love of the Father. And that love only comes when you forgive. So, if you take anything from this video, watch yourself, observe yourself, find out who it is that you're angry at, find out who it is that you fear, find out who it is that you have contention against, and go fix it. Go fix it, because it'll free you. Jesus already freed us, and we're here walking around like chickens with our heads cut off because we're too into our ego. Let that ego die, because it hasn't helped you. And try to figure out who it is that you need to forgive, and go forgive them. Go forgive your mom for imposing herself over you. Go forgive your dad for not protecting her, for not protecting you from her, because that'll free you, and hopefully it'll free them too. It'll light the bulb. And that's all I gotta say today. Observe yourself so you can understand others, and that way you don't blame others. You just understand it and see it for what it is. I gotta go to work. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Take care.